Willie D Live.
We got a pastor in South Bay Church of God in Torrance, and he's facing serious allegations after an undercover sting operation caught him allegedly attempting to meet someone he believed was a minor. Pastor James Stockton is charged with a felony count of arranging a meeting with a minor for lewd purposes. The 54-year-old has pleaded not guilty. The sting was carried out by an online citizen group called Caught Fished, founded by Antoine, who says the group chats with adults who believe they are communicating with a minor for the purpose of a sexual encounter. These are the ones that we trust. And we should be able to trust them with our kids. But no can do. You hear somebody that is supposed to be a prominent member of society, a respected member of society, engage in these type of activities, fam, makes you lose just a little bit more hope in humanity. Check them out.
We have an easy conversation about this, bro. Yeah. And I'm gonna record because I'm in your car, right? And I don't know if you got weapons in here. No, I don't. So, brother, why are you here trying to meet my brother?
Actually, I was hoping and praying that it was somebody older.
Really?
Yeah, please.
I mean, because I was looking at his phone, dude, and a lot of the messages didn't seem like you were really trying to hope that he was older.
Yeah, I was really definitely trying to hope he was older.
Okay, so let me ask you, but I saw you send him a message on Thanksgiving talking about you want to come eat him up.
Well, that's because that's what he was saying he was into.
Well, he said he was going to eat that day because it was Thanksgiving.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, but I thought he was older.
I mean, because based off the app, right?
Right.
But he told you something different.
But I thought, again, I wasn't thinking that when he was 16 or no app like that. Because, again, we all say we're different ages and things like that,
right.
Stuff like that.
I mean, well, you didn't say you were a different age.
No, actually, on my...
tripping if I'm 16. No, I don't be tripping if I'm 16.
So you're obviously talking once to meet that sex.
Yeah. And then if you notice, a couple of times, he's like, I don't believe you're real. I'm like, okay, with this. You tell me.
Shout out to Antoine and his group. They're out there doing God's work, fam. Getting these monsters off the streets. I ain't got no problem with that. Did y'all hear this fool, fam, trying to get us to believe that he was hoping that the guy was older than what he said he was? He goes out to meet a little boy or somebody he thinks is a little boy, a 16-year-old boy. And when he gets there and he gets caught up, he says, well, actually, I was hoping that he was older. It was somebody older. Man, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Family, here's more about this story. According to Antoine, Stockton very well knew he was communicating with someone claiming to be 16 years old. The group released what they say are text exchanges between Stockton and the decoy, including a message in which Stockton appears to send a selfie and asked, what time you get out of school today? In another message, he allegedly writes, I promise to be gentle and make sure you are enjoying it. Antoine says that the message became graphic. He says he got into the nasty part that no pastor should be talking about. Antoine said, describing the explicit comments Stockton allegedly sent. When Stockton arrived to meet the decoy, who had identified him as 16-year-old, he told the group on camera, after realizing it had been a sting operation, actually, I was hoping and praying that it was somebody older. Stockton has also been affiliated with the church in Florida and previously ran for Congress. You wonder why a lot of people in Congress is letting your president get away with the things that they're letting him get away with? Birds of a feather flock together. At South Bay Church of God, members declined on camera interviews, but said the allegations came as a surprise. So they declined on camera interviews, but said the allegations came as a surprise. We don't know anything other than what we see on the video, one member said, but it was a shock to us as everybody else. Stockton was released on his own reconnaissance, and he is scheduled to be back in court on December 12th, 2025, just about 9 days away from that. Now, here's something else you should know about the good pastor. You ready for this? He used to be the president of the NAACP. Now, I don't know what chapter, but according to reports, he was also the president of the NAACP. Now, how is that possible? See, when it comes to these type of predators, fam, they oftentimes try to find work, employment, something to do around their prey. They try to get close to the prey. They try to work with children. They're preying on children. They try to work. They try to work in the capacity where they can gain trust from the children and the parents. No disrespect to anybody who work in any of these fields, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So no disrespect to y'all. If the shoe fit, wear it, though. I got to call it out. If the shoe fit, wear it. Teachers, y'all know. Y'all see the cases every day. Teachers, pastors, members of the clergy, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. Yeah. These people who run these camps, summer camps, watch them, man, watch them. YMCA, boys clubs, all of these type of organizations where, especially the ones that are trusted, the ones that have the big names, especially them. When my daughter was in the 3rd grade, going to the 4th grade, in the summer, they come back to school from the summer break. And there's a little boy in her classroom. This little kid was always mannerable, always respectful, just a good little kid. The boy came back from summer break, and his teacher, was noticing that he was having some behavior issues. Caught him calling a little girl the B word. Yeah. And she noticed that he would spend extra time in the bathroom. So one day she goes in the bathroom looking for him. He's in the bathroom jerking his stuff. That little boy was, I think, 9. He's like 9 years old. He's like 9 years old. And so she tells his parents about it. Come to find out that he was at a YMCA camp. And one of the little boys who was in the camp was 11 years old. And the 11-year-old boy molested him at the camp, summer camp. You better be very careful about sending your kids to these camps. You better be very careful about letting your kids spend the night over people's home and people's houses, you better be very careful. You better know not only who lives there, but who they intend to have visiting, and how long are they visiting? Are they stopping by? Or are they spending the night? Or are they just sitting up for hours and they're around your kids? Who is going to be having access to your babies? You better know. You better know. So not only do you have to watch out for the adults, you have to watch out for the children, because a lot of these children are overexposed to sex. It's right on their phones. Used to be, when we were little, you had to take some steps to get to a sex video or something. That was steps. Now it's just a couple of clicks, boom. See whatever you want to see. You better be very careful, man. You better be careful. You got to watch the kids. A lot of these kids have been exposed to sex early. And so when they spend the night, your child spend the night, some of these kids got older siblings. So you got a kid and you let your kid play, your kid 5, 6 years old, and the other kid got a big brother or a big sister who 12, 15. And I'm going to tell you something else. It ain't just the men that you got to look out for. You better watch these women. A lot of these women, and women have been involved in this type of stuff. It's just now becoming more pervasive today, but it's been like, they've been doing that. I remember Richard Pryor said that his mom, his mother's friend, essayed him. So women have been doing stuff like this, but they've been able to kind of like operate under the radar for many, many years. But you better be careful. You better be really careful. The pastor is not alone in his desires to mess with little boys. He's not alone. There's a lot of them like that. A lot more than you could ever imagine. Pastors, deacons, yeah. Birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. Some of these women that work in the church, some of the women that work in the church are pimps. Yeah. I'm not exaggerating, y'all. This is a fact. Some of the women are pimps. The women oftentimes help the men satisfy their fetishes. Yeah.